On July 20th, 1969, two human beings stepped on the surface of the moon for the first time in history. This is the story of the Apollo 11 mission and how it changed the world. The moon landing was a product of the Cold War, a response to the Soviet Union's early successes in space. In 1961, President John F. Kennedy issued a challenge to the nation to put a man on the moon before the end of the decade. This challenge was a major undertaking and required massive funding and resources from NASA. The space race was in full swing during the 1960s. The Soviet Union had launched the first satellite, Sputnik, and put the first human being, Yuri Gagarin, in space. The United States was determined to match and surpass the Soviet Union's achievements, and the moon landing was seen as the ultimate goal. The road to the moon was not without its setbacks. In 1967, 3 astronauts were killed in a fire during a training exercise for the Apollo 1 mission. This tragedy highlighted the risks of space exploration, and NASA was forced to take a step back and reevaluate its procedures and safety measures. After years of intense work by NASA and its contractors, the Apollo 11 mission was launched from Kennedy Space Center on July 16, 1969. On board were Commander Neil Armstrong, Lunar Module pilot Edwin Buzz Aldrin, and Command Module pilot Michael Collins. They traveled over 240,000 miles to the moon, with Armstrong and Aldrin descending to the surface in the lunar module while Collins orbited above. It took 4 days for the spacecraft to reach the moon. During this time, the astronauts conducted several experiments, including measuring radiation levels and taking photographs of the moon's surface. They also prepared for the descent to the lunar surface. On July 20th, 1969, the lunar module separated from the command module and began its descent to the moon's surface. The descent was a tense moment for everyone involved. The astronauts had to navigate through a narrow window of safe landing opportunities, and they had limited fuel and oxygen supplies. In addition, they encountered a last-minute navigation error that could have jeopardized the entire mission. The lunar module had a descent stage that used rocket engines to slow its descent, and an ascent stage that would later take the astronauts back up to the command module. The descent stage was intentionally crashed onto the moon's surface to allow NASA to study its impact and seismic waves. 6 hours after landing, Neil Armstrong became the first human being to step on the moon. His iconic phrase, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind," has become one of the most famous quotes in history. Buzz Aldrin joined him on the surface a few minutes later, and the two astronauts conducted experiments, collected samples of moon rocks, and planted the American flag. The world watched in amazement as the astronauts conducted their activities on the moon's surface. Millions of people around the world gathered in front of their televisions to witness this historic moment. The landing had a profound impact on the world, inspiring generations of people to dream big and push the boundaries of what is possible. After spending 21 hours on the lunar surface, Armstrong and Aldrin returned to the lunar module and lifted off to rejoin Collins in the command module. The astronauts then began their journey back to Earth, splashing down in the Pacific Ocean on July 24, 1969. The success of the Apollo 11 mission was celebrated around the world. The astronauts were hailed as heroes, and they received a ticker-tape parade in New York City upon their return. The mission had accomplished President Kennedy's goal, and it marked a major milestone in human history. NASA is now working on plans to return to the moon in the coming years, with the goal of establishing a sustainable presence there. This will require the development of new technologies and partnerships with other nations and private companies. The legacy of the Apollo 11 mission lives on, and it continues to inspire new generations to explore the frontiers of space. The moon landing was a testament to human ingenuity, determination, and perseverance. It showed that we are capable of achieving incredible things when we work together and set our sights on a common goal. It was a defining moment for humanity, and it will always be remembered as one of the greatest achievements in history. Today, as we continue to explore the universe, the moon landing serves as a reminder of what is possible when we push the boundaries of what we know and strive to learn more about our place in the cosmos. The lessons learned from the Apollo program continue to shape our understanding of space exploration and inspire new breakthroughs in science and technology. As we look to the future, we can only imagine what new discoveries and achievements await us in the coming years. But we can be sure that the legacy of the moon landing will continue to inspire us as we reach for the stars and explore the mysteries of the universe. Thank you for joining us today to learn more about the incredible achievement of the moon landing. We hope you found this video informative and inspiring. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing to our channel for more videos on historical events and scientific breakthroughs. And as always, we welcome your feedback and suggestions for future videos in the comments below. Thank you for watching.